Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Callion Digital here, and we're diving deep into the world of e-commerce website design. Now, you know how much I geek out over a clean, well-built website, and when it comes to online stores, the stakes are even higher. We're talking about creating an experience that's not just visually appealing, but also super functional and drives those conversions. Because let's be real, a clunky, confusing website is basically a digital ghost town. Nobody's sticking around, let alone hitting that buy button. So whether you're just starting out or looking to revamp your existing online store, stick around because we're breaking down the key elements you need to transform your website into an e-commerce powerhouse. Let's get it. First up, we got to talk about navigation. Think of it like the GPS of your website. If it's confusing or clunky, your customers are going to be lost, frustrated, and probably end up bouncing off your site faster than you can say add to cart. We're talking clear, intuitive menus with well-defined categories. Nobody wants to play hide and seek with the products they're looking for. And don't forget about search functionality, because let's be real, sometimes people just want to type it in and go. Make sure your search bar is prominent and easy to use with filters that help narrow down those results. And here's a pro tip: implement autocomplete suggestions. It's like having a super helpful salesperson guiding your customers to exactly what they need. Remember, the goal is to make browsing your site as smooth and enjoyable as possible. The easier it is for customers to find what they want, the more likely they are to actually make a purchase. A well-structured navigation is like a roadmap that guides your customers to their desired destination. And trust me, when it comes to online shopping, a seamless journey is a happy journey. So ditch the complicated drop-downs and confusing labels and embrace the power of simplicity. Your customers and your conversion rates will thank you for it. Now let's talk about organization. Just like you wouldn't stuff all your clothes into one giant drawer, you don't want to cram all your products onto a single page. Categorize your products logically, using clear and concise labels. Make it easy for customers to browse by product type, category, or even specific features they're looking for. This is where filters come in handy. Allow customers to refine their search based on price range, size, color, or any other relevant attributes. The more options you provide, the more control customers have over their shopping experience. Remember, a well-organized website is like a well-organized store. It's inviting, easy to navigate, and makes customers want to stick around and explore. All right, let's talk about responsive design. In today's mobile-first world, your e-commerce website needs to look just as good on a smartphone as it does on a giant desktop monitor. No excuses, we're talking about creating a seamless user experience across all devices. Whether your customers are browsing on their commute, chilling on the couch, or even using their smart fridge, hey, it's the future. Your website needs to adapt and deliver. This means optimizing your layout, images, and even text for different screen sizes. Nobody wants to be pinching and zooming just to read a product description, right? And don't forget about load times. Mobile users are notoriously impatient, so make sure your site loads lightning fast, even on slower connections. Remember, responsive design isn't just a nice to have, it's a must-have. It's about meeting your customers where they are and providing them with an experience that's tailored to their device. Now, how do you achieve this mobile-first nirvana? Well, it starts with the right framework. There are tons of great options out there, like Bootstrap and Foundation, that can help you create responsive layouts with ease. Pay attention to your images. Use responsive image techniques to ensure that images scale properly and load quickly on different devices. And don't forget to optimize your code to minimize load times. Remember, a responsive website is a happy website. It keeps your customers engaged, reduces bounce rates, and ultimately leads to more sales. So make sure your e-commerce game is strong on all fronts, from desktops to smartphones and everything in between. Think of it this way: your website is like a digital storefront. You wouldn't want a storefront with a cracked window or a leaky roof, right? So why settle for a website that's not optimized for all devices? Invest in responsive design and give your customers the seamless experience they deserve. Trust me, your bottom line will thank you for it. Next up, we got to talk about speed. And I'm not just talking about fast shipping, although that's important too. I'm talking about website loading speed. In the digital world, every second counts. Research shows that even a 1-second delay in page load time can result in a significant drop in conversion rates. That's right, people are that impatient. So how do you make sure your e-commerce site is running at lightning speed? Let's break it down. First up, image optimization is key. Large image files can significantly slow down your website, so make sure you're compressing your images without sacrificing quality. Next, minify your code. This means removing unnecessary characters and spaces from your website's code, which can help reduce file sizes and improve load times. And finally, consider leveraging browser caching. This allows your website's files to be stored on a user's device so that the next time they visit your site, it loads much faster. Remember, a fast website is a happy website. It keeps your customers engaged, reduces bounce rates, and ultimately leads to more sales. So don't let slow loading times kill your e-commerce game. Optimize your website for speed and watch your conversions soar. Trust me, your customers and your bottom line will thank you for it. Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, but I'm not a tech wizard. How am I supposed to do all this? Don't worry, there are tons of great tools and resources available to help you optimize your website for speed. From image compression plugins to website speed testing tools, there's something out there for everyone. And if you're not comfortable tackling this on your own, you can always enlist the help of a web developer. Remember, a little investment in website speed can go a long way. All right, let's talk about calls to action, or CTAs, as we like to call them in the biz. These are the buttons, links, or any other elements on your website that tell your customers what to do next. Think of CTAs as the guiding lights of your e-commerce website. They should be clear, concise, and impossible to miss. Whether it's add to cart, shop now, or learn more, your CTAs should be compelling and encourage users to take the desired action. But it's not just about the words you use. It's also about the design and placement of your CTAs. Use contrasting colors to make your CTAs stand out from the rest of your website's design. Place them strategically throughout your website, such as above the fold, at the end of product descriptions, and in your website's header or footer. And don't be afraid to experiment with different CTA variations to see what works best for your audience. A/B testing is your best friend here. Remember, strong CTAs are essential for guiding your customers through the sales funnel and ultimately increasing your conversion rates. So make sure your CTAs are clear, compelling, and strategically placed throughout your website. Trust me, your bottom line will thank you for it. Now, let's dive into some best practices for creating killer CTAs. First up, use action-oriented language. Instead of using passive phrases like learn more, opt for more active verbs like discover now or get started today. Make your CTAs visually appealing. Use contrasting colors, bold fonts, and white space to make your CTAs pop. And don't forget about micro-interactions such as hover effects or animations to add an extra layer of engagement. Keep your CTAs concise and to the point. Nobody wants to read a novel on a button. Stick to a few words that clearly communicate the desired action. And finally, don't be afraid to get creative with your CTAs. Use humor, urgency, or even a sense of exclusivity to entice users to click. Last but definitely not least, we got to talk about security. In the world of e-commerce, trust is everything. And when it comes to online payments, security is non-negotiable. Your customers need to feel confident that their personal and financial information is safe and secure when they're shopping on your website. So, how do you build that trust? First and foremost, invest in a reputable payment gateway. This is a third-party service that securely processes credit card transactions. Some popular options include Stripe, PayPal, and Square. Next, make sure your website is SSL certified. SSL stands for Secure Sockets Layer, and it's a protocol that encrypts data transmitted between your website and your customers' browsers. You can tell if a website is SSL certified if it has a padlock icon next to the URL in the address bar. Display trust badges prominently on your website, especially on checkout pages. Trust badges are visual indicators that your website is secure and trustworthy. Some popular trust badges include Norton Secured, McAfee Secure, and the Better Business Bureau seal. Be transparent about your privacy policy. Clearly outline how you collect, use, and protect your customers' personal information. This will go a long way in building trust and transparency. Remember, security is not something you want to skimp on. Invest in the right tools and practices to ensure that your customers feel safe and secure when they're shopping on your website. Now, let's talk about some additional tips for creating a secure and trustworthy checkout experience. Keep your checkout process simple and straightforward. The fewer steps involved, the better. Offer multiple payment options to accommodate different customer preferences. This could include credit cards, debit cards, digital wallets like Apple Pay and Google Pay, and even financing options. Provide clear and concise shipping and return policies. This will help manage customer expectations and reduce the likelihood of disputes. And finally, make sure your customer support is easily accessible in case customers have questions or encounter any issues during the checkout process. So there you have it, folks. We've covered a ton of ground today, from navigation and responsive design to site speed and security. Building a successful e-commerce website takes work, but trust me, the results are well worth it. Remember, your website is your digital storefront, so make it shine. By implementing these tips, you'll create an online shopping experience that's not only visually appealing, but also user-friendly, fast, and secure. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more awesome content coming your way. Until next time, peace out.